An emaciated newborn baby found alive next to her deceased mother in Phoenix will soon need a new home.
Now, when her family in Tucson found out about her, they immediately wanted to adopt her. Fox 10's Lindsay Regis is joining us live now with the update. Lindsay.
Yeah, John and Ellen, Harmony was just days old when police rescued her. Turns out she has a half-brother, and his family is ready to welcome Harmony with open arms.
The baby's here, dude, and the baby's still alive.
On May 14th, Phoenix police were performing a welfare check at an apartment complex in South Phoenix. A neighbor reported that she had not seen or heard from 31-year-old Jade Harden.
Hi.
Jade was found dead on the floor. Her newborn daughter, Harmony, was found on the bed. We're now learning Harmony was just 3 weeks old when she was found, and it's unclear how long she laid there until help arrived.
As soon as I got the call, instant tears. Like, it was the worst thing that I can ever hear.
Derek Hill shares a 7-year-old son named DJ with Jade. DJ lives with his dad and stepmom Catherine in Tucson. They all kept in touch with Jade.
She would call, she would constantly call, but she did not do that. And he told me, it was like, something doesn't feel right.
Derek had plans to bring DJ to Phoenix to meet his half-sister. They were supposed to celebrate Mother's Day with Jade and deliver a handwritten Mother's Day card.
Come here. Come here.
Sergeant, copy that.
Sit her right there.
Now Derek and Catherine want to receive custody of DJ's half-sister so the two can grow up together. But Jade never told them who Harmony's father is.
We want to have that baby experience the same thing as the love we have for our kids.
We're big on family, super big on family. So we just wanted her to experience that love that we have. We have so much to give to her.
Jade's death leaves a hole in their hearts, but they plan to keep her memory alive by sharing pictures and memories with Harmony and DJ.
Mom will always love you. At the end of the day, she's in your face when you don't even know it. She's watching you. She's always going to have your back.
The Hills tell me Harmony is making progress every day and is expected to make a full recovery. Jade's death is still being investigated. Reporting in studio, Lindsay Regis, Fox 10 News.
Shocking new details surrounding Tuesday's fatal road rage shooting.
Yeah, it all includes a smiling mugshot, drugs, and a victim's final moments all caught on camera. Our Lauren Clark is joining us live now to share more. Lauren.
Hey there, Ellen, and just absolutely insane details. Very, very shocking. It happened right over here at this intersection off of Warner and Priest, where a man lost his life. And according to court documents, it was the victim's son sitting in the back seat who recorded everything on his cell phone.
46-year-old Dustin Allen Jackson smiles wide in his mugshot. Tempe police say the Marine veteran is responsible for killing 29-year-old Stephen Bevan following a road rage incident. Court documents say it began when Bevan abruptly stopped his black Dodge Challenger in front of Jackson's black GMC Sierra pickup truck. Bevan then got out of the car. Witnesses interviewed by police say Bevan had his hands up while approaching Jackson. Police say children were in both of the vehicles. Jackson's 6-year-old daughter was driving with him, and Bevan's 2 sons, ages 8 and 9, were also in his back seat. One of the boys was rolling on a cell phone during the interaction. Police say the footage captured the sound of what appears to be a gunshot, with Bevan clutching his chest. The children yell for their dad as the victim is seen laying unresponsive on the ground. The audio records the son asking, "Who shot my dad?" while another male voice says, "Scared for my life." When police arrived, they questioned Jackson, who remained on scene. He was later arrested and his car searched.
A baggie of cocaine and a spoon inside the glove box of the defendant's vehicle.
Mr. Jackson has informed me that he had no idea that was present in his vehicle, that other people do have access.
In Jackson's first court appearance, his attorney Jeff Kerr defended his client, who's now facing charges, including first-degree murder.
Mr. Jackson has asserted that his actions were justified in self-defense. The Form 4 supports that.
But the state refuted that, as court documents reveal Jackson Jackson is physically much larger than Bevan, whom police don't believe had a weapon of any kind.
The defendant's immediate escalation of violence to shooting and killing the decedent in this matter, the state believes that a $1 million cash bond is appropriate.
And Jackson was currently given a secured bond, and he next has a preliminary hearing on July 10th. Reporting live in Tempe, Lauren Clark, Fox 10 News.
Several children rescued during a hike on South Mountain, with today's temperature topping 110. That's where we begin tonight. Nearly a dozen hikers, most of them children, rescued from South Mountain, and during an extreme heat warning when the trails are supposed to be off limits. Kinsey Beach is live with the latest tonight. Hi, Kinsey.
Yeah, hey there, Brian. It was 6 adults that ignored this exact sign 3 separate times, making their way up a closed trail on South Mountain. Now, they had 5 kids with them. The temperatures today reaching 113 degrees. Majority of the kids between the ages of 5 and 11 could no longer continue the hike due to heat exhaustion around 12 o'clock this afternoon. Now, knowing time was not on their side, a Phoenix PD chopper was able to locate the group. Crews quickly using cooling efforts on the kids. Then they were able to use a big wheel basket to take multiple kids down the mountain. Now, this comes 1 year after a 10-year-old boy died on South Mountain in these same conditions, and some of today's crew were on that same rescue, just stressing the importance and the dangers of this heat.
It's really unexcusable, really, if you're going to put a child's life in that danger. When you have a 5-year-old, 7, 9, 11, there's a little bit of chaos involved in there. And so that was on every rescuer's mind. We always have a sense of urgency, but I think there was an exceptional amount of this, knowing it's something to be a firefighter or a rescuer and get a report saying we have 5 children that are experiencing heat a quarter of a mile up on one of our hottest days of the year so far. Nothing surprises you, it disappoints you.
Now, the family of 11, they're all expected to be okay, but we've reached out to the Phoenix Police Department. They say they have not issued any charges or citations yet in this case, but we've also are waiting to hear back from the Phoenix Parks and Rangers. Now, they're in charge of these trails to see if they issued a citation for this family, because it goes against city code to break the rules here and be on these trails, hiking on them when they're closed. The signs are visible, Brian. This Holbert Trail closed from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yeah, I was going to say it's one thing when you're an adult, but taking kids out there. We had even talked, Kinsey, about you maybe doing your live shot from inside the car because it's so hot today. What's it like out there right now? And have you seen many other hikers out there at all?
Well, there's no one out here but us. But yeah, today it's different. Like, I mean, even the fire captain was saying people who live in Phoenix, yeah, we know 110 is hot, but there is a different feeling out here today. When it's 112, 113, 114, I mean, you almost feel like the bottom of your shoes are kind of melting when you're on the asphalt. And obviously there's no clouds and not really any shade out here. But yeah, we had talked about that as well, because it's just hot today. When there's these excessive heat warnings, it's a different type of heat, and this heat warning is in effect until Tuesday. All
right, thank you for braving the heat today, Kinsey, and bringing us that report.
And the biggest active fire in Arizona forcing evacuations. This is in the northeastern part of the state. This is called that Oak Ridge fire, and it has already burned more than 10,000 acres. Look at that big black billowing smoke. Crews say 13% contained, more than 100 homes, 350 people evacuated. That is according to the Navajo Department of Emergency Management. Some evacuations have been downgraded, which is a little bit of good news. So at this point, take a look at your screen. Only the area in green is under go status. That's zone 12. So if you get that call, that means you have to go. You may want to have your stuff ready. The areas in yellow are in set status, while the areas in red remain under evacuation orders. Here's a look at some of the destruction left behind from the Oak Ridge fire. All you see there, those charred trees left standing, some of them losing their leaves. Officials say the fire was human caused.
Adam Sheafe, this man right here, he's accused of killing New River pastor Bill Shaneman, and he admits to our camera, to our Lauren Clark, that he is responsible for that brutal murder.
He made no bones about it. He says this was part of a plan to kill 14 Christian leaders in 10 states across the country. Lauren Clark now joins us live to explain, and we've got to warn you up front, these details are disturbing.
Well, John and Ellen, first of all, before I go into the details of that interview, I want to start with the man who is the victim in this case. I think that is super important. Pastor Bill Shaneman. He was beloved in his community. This was a man, according to people who knew him really well, who would do anything to help out a person in need, a light in his community, a light that Adam Sheafe admitted to me right here in the Coconino jail about 2 hours ago that he took. He showed no remorse or regret for his actions. Led into the room in shackles, Adam Christopher Sheafe admitted to murder. Did you kill Pastor Bill Shaneman?
Yes.
He justified his actions with religion, citing his twisted belief that Christian pastors are leading people into a false path by following Jesus. He said Pastor Bill was the first in a plot he called Operation First Commandment, aimed at killing and then crucifying 14 Christian leaders across the country. He admitted that he was about to kill 2 priests at the Chapel of the Holy Cross in Sedona before he was arrested by police.
The day that I was going to execute that priest, I tried getting into the back of his car, and there was like an older lady that was on like a small little bicycle that got into my way, and I was just going to get into the back seat and tell him to drive to his house.
I asked if Adam was ever victimized by anyone in the Christian faith. He said no. He said his family is Christian and that he had a good childhood. He denied being mentally unwell. But Pastor Bill, speaking to people who knew and loved him, his family, he helped people get back on the right track in this world. He helped a woman who was living out of her car go into a house and get her life back on track. Do you think what you took was precious or valuable in any way? Adam answered that question with a religious tangent. He said he was not sorry for what he did.
Will I apologize for my actions? Absolutely not.
Adam also told me that he had used drugs before, but he did not believe that that is impacting his mental state. He also said he would be okay with execution. Reporting live here in Flagstaff, Lauren Clark, Fox 10 News.